Today is on 10th of October. It's a good day, actually, and it is a day that we have been able to see some pullbacks on an asset that we trade here daily, known as gold. So right now is a zone that we can be able to experience some pullbacks, as we had analyzed yesterday on the DXY. Happened the same as we had projected. So we were waiting for this asset to hit the zone. Then we see a push on the upside, and we can be able to see there was that push on the upside. So we are still waiting until we see it reaching this point, touching that 4-hour order block, and so that we can be able to see a move on the downside. So that's what we are looking at it, or we are looking at it that way. So at this point is the zone that you will see maybe a retracement or a push on the downside, or still if it fails, it might continue moving on the upside. So what matters is just align yourself with the trend. Don't go against the trend. So far at this moment it is consolidating, very much consolidating, and we are waiting to see what next from this because during the Asian session it has just been consolidating. We are just waiting to see the side it will break. If it breaks on the upside of this, the upper side of that line, we shall know it's a bullish DXY. And if it breaks below this low, the Asian low where it is currently from at, so we shall be able to know the direction of gold is a bit upward, while if it breaks on the above, we shall be able to know it is because they go opposite direction with gold. So we might see something like that. So all, or still we might see something like this. Something like that. Then we see a push on the upside. So far we are just waiting to see the structure it will form. Or your work as a traders to study the structure and react towards the structure. Don't do your own things. Don't do your own things. So our work is just to wait and see what the DXY is telling us. So then let's look at the forex calendar, because today we don't have much. We were expecting unemployment claims for the United States of America, but they were yesterday. We were waiting for them. They were removed. Today we were waiting for non-farm payrolls, but still it was removed due to the government shutdown that is still continuing. Today is on the 10th day since the shutdown started. So, but today we should be having some data from the United States of America, that is prelim UOM consumer sentiment and prelim UOM inflation expectations. So these are the data that we are expecting from the United States. But these data mostly are not, they are not from the government. Mostly, like this one is from University of Michigan. So the source of it is not from the government. So at the end of the day, it will be released because does not come from those locations. So therefore, there was a check or a revisit, or the data was to be revised. So and after the revision, this data was released after the revision. So this data was revised. So we shall wait and see the data today that is going to be released and see what we might be expecting. So, the preliminary UOM inflation expectation, that will give us a hint of the inflation for this month, where it will be. for for the fourth quarter of the year, and we shall be able to know how to be able to align ourselves with it. A figure greater than the focus is good for the currency. A figure less than the focus is worse for the currency. So at this point, for the inflation expectations, we don't have the forecasted, we just have the previous. So this one, we are just going to align with the previous and the actual. So the actual, if it comes greater than this, we might see some strength, the US dollar. Therefore, if the US dollar strengthens, then gold weakens. And if it weakens, then gold strengthens. That's where, and when the USD is strong, this asset always pushes on the upside. When USD is weak, always pushes on the downside. So that's what you need to understand. So from there, something else that you need to note is that you need a good skill for you to be able to understand this financial calendar, because it will assist you in making money from forex without experiencing much losses. Then still at the end of the day, still remember to be checking this zone to know what is happening, because sometimes you can be seeing crazy moves yet you don't understand where they are coming from. Here is the zone where that you find the news, the breaking news. So at the forex calendar, you always find the breaking news at this zone. So there is a tab for news and a tab for calendar, market and blockers, trades and forums. So, but mostly the most important two is the news and the calendar. Those are the parts that you need to be very keen on. So then, what next we are looking at? We are looking at a strong gold today. But this is a zone of pullbacks. So for me, I might see some selling opportunities at this point. You target 100 pips. 100 pips, if you target them, they are good. So still the next zone of interest that we are having it is this zone. This zone, we used it yesterday. So still today we shall use it again. It is still a valid opportunity for sales opportunity. So it is still valid because there was a break of market structure at this point. So having it at that point, it is not bad. So the next move we are waiting is to see this market the way it will behave today. And if the market breaks above this order block, remember it's above the Asian high. So we shall see a strong push on the upside, so we can continue pressing buys. But as for now, or as per yesterday morning, the central banks were able to say that the gold will push on the upside, and by the end of the year it will have reached around 4600 level. So that's the projection of the central banks. But as per now, it's a time that you should be very keen, because right now we have so huge pullbacks, because if you can wait as an investor, you can do well, because you can be able to know the direction of the asset that you want to take, where it's going. Because right now is some pullbacks. We might expect to see more pullbacks. Yeah, we might expect to see more and huge ones. So as per now, is a good time where patience pays, because if you wait for the pullback to end, because we don't know where it will end at, we don't know where the pullback will end. We are just aligning ourselves with it and be taking short positions as we go on the downside or on the upside. So don't be looking too huge. Remember, it's the time to ensure that risk management you have adhered to it, because right now things can be tough because it's moving up and down. So at this moment, ensure that the risk management it's well done. If you don't want to find yourself on the wrong track. So in the morning, we were able to take a position at this zone when the market rallied to this point. Then we saw a push on the upside. We can be able to confirm that the trade of the day is a bit it's bearish also, but at the end of the day we might see some quite a green candle, but not that huge. But we might see the indecision candle, the doji. So we might see the body. We might see something like this. We might see something like that with a candlestick like this. So today we might see a body close at this like at this shape, because today we are not expecting much momentum, but the evening data will guide us. The data that will be released in the evening will guide us on how the market is going to behave. At this point, there is another block. Why? There is a break of market structure at this point. So having another block at that zone is good, because it will still give you much information when you are pressing your own trades. As per now, those zones are very risky. So they are still very risky. So our work is to just minimize the losses to around this point. That point is awesome. That was the New York kill zone high. It was a good one at that point. So why have I been able to press this order block there? Remember, the strategy that I use, the ICT, always tells me whenever I see a break of market structure, I should always ensure that I have been able to press to mark that zone as my interest zone of interest. So at this point, I'm having two targets: either the market to come at this zone, reverses, or that zone will assist me to be able to have more buying opportunities. So that's all what I'm looking at that point. So I might see a push on the upside, or a reverse. My work is just to operate with the signal the market is giving me. So how do I enter the orders at this point? I must wait for a confirmation. So what is a confirmation? A confirmation is a candlestick that is telling you the price is reversing. A good example, let's see on the 15 minutes time frame. A good example at this point. How did I know the market is going to reverse? There was a bullish engulfing candlestick at this point. And a bullish engulfing candlestick tells you when it is formed at a resistance zone or a support zone, it tells you the price is likely to reverse, and it gives you more confidence when you want to place your own trades. At this point, we can be able to check on the lower time frame so that we can be able to see, was there an engulfing? And you can be able to see at this point there was no, but it was a key zone of interest, because we had marked it already before. So this zone is a good zone whereby we were waiting for the price to do something like that and push on the upside, and we're able to see some more buying opportunities. So another question, these objects that I usually draw here, they just show the price might react to that zone. Don't expect maybe to react to this point that I've been able to put this angle. No, it reacts on that zone. So that's the information that we deliver here. So right now the market is consolidating inside the Asian high, the Asian session inside, because the lower side is this one and the upper side is this one. We are just waiting to see how it is going to react. At this point, there have been formed a bullish engulfing candlestick. So our work is still to wait and see the next information that we are going to be given by the market at this point. So just wait, just be patient, like waiting for the market to come to your zone. It's a good one because when it comes to your zone, it's good because you are going to make more money than the losses. Ensure that you do risk management properly. That is your work as a trader. So then my work is to give you the entry points, good entry points, the entry points that are going to give you uh, profits. So as per now, our work is to wait and see where the market is heading to, because right now we are seeing the market, the gold going on the downside. So mostly don't allow it to go down with you. So your work is to just react. So as per here, we have two zones close to each other. We have this one and this one, but probably for me I have just used the higher one. I left this one because two zones close to each other are very dangerous, very dangerous. So as per now, this zone was the market reversed at that zone. It was still our key zone of interest due to this body pattern of the candlestick at this zone. You can be able to check it. So because it was already used, so that's why I was able, most of the time God respect these structures. You can be able to see God respected this structure. Our work was just to operate when the market tells us to operate, and we did so. That's why you can be able to see that these structures are very high probability. We did so. We just reacted to what the market revealed to us. You can be able to see that the market came and touched the order block and went up. And because it was used up, that's why I had deleted it and formed a fresh one, which is this one. Then something else, the market has just come and touched. Remember, on the daily time frame or on the 4 hour time frame, we have a trend line at this zone that is trying to keep the market on the upside. So the market has just touched the trend line and the market has just reversed on the upside. So we might see again another push like this. We might see a push on the upside the way it has done, something like that. We see maybe a retracement again, then we see a push on the upside. And if most of the cases on an uptrend channel, most of the cases market breaks on the downside. So don't forget, most of the cases the market breaks on the downside. So you should be very careful. So you must ensure that the time that the market is breaking on the downside, you are not on a buy, because when it breaks on this side, the market goes aggressively. So just be considerate and do your proper risk management. So that's all for today, and you can be able to see more selling pressure in the market. So your work is just to operate, just to wait the market to come to your zone, and when it comes to your zone, operate based on your zone and based on rules of the strategy that you use. So as per now, we are still waiting for it to come to that zone again, and we see a push on the upside again. If it violates that, remember this is the Asian law. So yesterday we had marked the Asian law at this point, and when the market broke the Asian law, market went good numbers of pips on the downside. So still it is a good zone for you to be able to check on. So just be careful with this asset because it's much volatile. I just want to wish you a good day, a blessed one. Like our video, subscribe, and also share. Bye bye.